Ladies and gentlemen, if you're waiting for the perfect time to change your life, let me tell you it's today, right now. The future isn't something that just happens to you. It's something that you create with every decision you make, every step you take, every action you choose to embrace. You see, success doesn't come from dreaming. It comes from doing. Every small action you take today has the power to change the course of your future. It's like planting seeds for tomorrow's harvest. You don't wait for the harvest to come, you go out and you plant the seeds. You water them, you nurture them, and you watch them grow. Too many people sit around waiting for a lucky break or thinking that tomorrow will be better than today. But let me tell you, tomorrow is built by the actions you take right now. So stop waiting. Stop postponing your dreams. The only way to create a different future is to take massive action today. You don't have to be perfect, but you do need to be consistent. Every step you take, even if it's small, brings you closer to where you want to be. Your future is waiting, and it's waiting for you to take that first step. So don't wait for the stars to align. Align your actions with your vision and watch your future unfold. Remember this, the future is not a gift, it's something you earn, and you earn it by the actions you take today. So let's stop making excuses and start taking the steps necessary to create the life you've always dreamed of. Your future starts now. Your future doesn't appear out of nowhere, it's created by the actions you take today. You don't need to wait for the perfect circumstances. Start with what you have and where you are. Action moves the needle. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Small, consistent actions compound over time to create massive change. Every small step you take today builds momentum for tomorrow's success. Don't let indecision rob you of your future. Take control today by making clear, committed decisions. Your future doesn't happen by chance. It's the result of the work you put in today. Stop waiting for the right time. There will never be a perfect moment. Today is all you have. Action requires discipline, and discipline shapes your destiny. Build habits that align with your long-term goals. The only thing standing between you and the future you want is the action you're willing to take today. If you're not seeing change in your life, it's time to evaluate the actions you're taking. Only action creates transformation. Action is the bridge to your future. Every decision you make, every step you take today is a part of the path that leads to your tomorrow. It's easy to get caught up in dreaming and imagining what could be, but dreams alone won't take you anywhere. You can think about success all day long, but without action, it remains a fantasy. It's like a builder standing in front of a vacant lot, sketching plans for a magnificent house, but without laying the first brick, the house will never rise. The future doesn't happen to you, it happens because of what you do today. You don't wait for the right time or for the stars to align. The right time is now. You start where you are, with what you have, and you begin to move. Even the smallest action sets the wheels in motion. Every time you choose to act, you're telling the world that you are serious about your success. Action shows commitment, it shows determination. But here's the truth, taking action isn't always easy. There will be days when you doubt yourself, when fear tries to hold you back. You'll encounter obstacles, setbacks, and moments of frustration. But that's part of the process. The real question is, will you let those obstacles stop you, or will you take action anyway? Will you allow fear to paralyze you, or will you step through it? Your future is built on the actions you take, not on the things that stand in your way. And let's be clear, action isn't just about making grand, sweeping changes. It's about taking the next step. It's about consistently moving forward, even when progress feels slow. Every small effort, every bit of discipline you put in today compounds over time. It's like putting money into a savings account. At first, the balance seems small, but over time, the interest adds up, and suddenly you're looking at something significant. Don't let yourself be fooled into thinking that doing nothing is somehow safer than acting. Inaction leads nowhere. It keeps you stuck in the same place, making excuses, wondering what could have been. Action is what propels you forward, even when it's hard, even when you don't have all the answers. Your future depends on the choices you make today, on the actions you take right now. So get moving. Don't wait for someone else to do it for you. The future doesn't wait for anyone. If you want to change your life, start taking action today. Your future is waiting for you to show up. Start where you are. Too many people wait for the perfect moment to begin. They tell themselves, once I have more resources, or once I have more knowledge, or once I have more time, then they'll take action. But here's the truth, waiting for the perfect conditions is the surest way to delay your progress. You may never have the ideal circumstances, so why not begin with what you have right now? Look around you. Everything you need to start is already within reach. You don't need to wait for everything to fall into place. You don't need to wait until you've figured it all out. You just need to take that first step, no matter how small it may seem. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and the sooner you take that step, the sooner you start making progress. Most people stay stuck because they're waiting for the stars to align or for someone to give them permission to move forward. But success doesn't come to those who wait for things to be perfect. It comes to those who take action, even in the face of uncertainty. You're not going to be handed success on a silver platter. You have to go after it. And the best time to start is always now. Starting where you are means taking full responsibility for your current situation. It means acknowledging that you may not have all the resources you want or the knowledge you need, but that you're going to make the most of what you have. You might not have the perfect plan, but you can start by taking one small action that moves you forward. It's about making the decision to stop being a spectator in your own life and start becoming the creator. You may not have everything you want right now, but that doesn't mean you can't start. The key is to leverage what you already know, what you already have, and what you can do today. The more you start with what you have, the more you'll learn along the way. Action is the best teacher, and you learn by doing. As you take each step, you'll gather the resources and knowledge you need to continue moving forward. Remember, success doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't require perfect conditions. It's built one day at a time, one action at a time. So don't wait for everything to be just right. Start where you are, and let that first step lead you to the next. You'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish when you stop waiting and start doing. Consistency over perfection, that's one of the keys to long-term success. Too many people get caught up in trying to make everything perfect before they take action. They waste time worrying about every little detail, waiting for the right moment, or trying to eliminate all risk. But here's the truth: perfection is an illusion. And if you keep waiting for things to be perfect, you'll never get anywhere. You don't have to do everything right all at once. What matters is that you show up and keep going. The real magic happens in the small, consistent efforts you put in every day. Success isn't built on a single perfect moment. It's built on the steady, ongoing actions that you take over time. Think about it. How many people have great ideas but never follow through? Or how many people have started something with enthusiasm only to quit when it wasn't perfect? You see, what separates those who succeed from those who fail isn't talent or luck, it's consistency. The person who consistently works on their goals, even when things aren't perfect, is the one who will eventually see the results. Small, imperfect actions done consistently will always outpace big, perfect actions that are few and far between. If you wait for everything to line up perfectly before you act, you're never going to start. Life's never perfect. Circumstances are always changing. But what you can control is how often you take action. Perfectionism holds you back because it's rooted in fear of making mistakes, fear of looking foolish, fear of failure. But what's the cost of waiting for perfection? You delay your progress and you keep yourself stuck. The real question is, are you willing to keep moving forward even when things aren't perfect? Are you willing to take one step, then another and another, even when you don't have all the answers? It's not about being flawless, it's about being persistent. It's about continuing to push yourself even when things don't go as planned, because consistency over time will always bring results. Think about your health, your career, your relationships. Nothing great was built by focusing on perfection. It was built through daily effort, through showing up even when it was difficult, and through staying committed to the long-term vision. So instead of getting lost in trying to make everything perfect, focus on building the habit of showing up, doing the work, and staying the course. In the end, success isn't about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Keep going, keep improving, keep moving forward. The results will come, and you'll be amazed at how far consistency can take you. The power of small steps is often underestimated, yet it is one of the most powerful principles of success. We live in a world where people want everything to happen quickly. They want instant results, instant success, instant gratification. But the truth is, lasting success is rarely the result of a single giant leap. It's the result of consistent small steps taken over time. You don't need to take huge risks or make dramatic changes all at once. The secret lies in making steady, incremental progress. Every small step you take moves you closer to your goals. It's like climbing a mountain. No one reaches the summit in one giant jump. They reach it by taking one step at a time, and over time, those steps add up to something significant. Think about a book. You don't finish it in one sitting. You read a chapter, then another, and slowly, page by page, you work your way through it. The same goes for your life and your goals. Success is built page by page, step by step, action by action. Each small step you take today is like a brick you're laying for a solid foundation. It might not seem like much in the moment, but over time, those small steps begin to build something substantial. The key is to make sure those steps are moving you in the right direction. It's not about how fast you go. It's about the direction you're heading and the consistency with which you keep moving forward. People often get discouraged because they think they're not making progress fast enough. But progress, no matter how small, is still progress. A small effort today may seem insignificant, but over time it accumulates, compounding into a massive transformation. It's also important to remember that small steps keep you from becoming overwhelmed. Big goals can be intimidating. They can seem so distant, so out of reach, that you don't even know where to start. But by focusing on small steps, you break down those overwhelming goals into manageable pieces. You don't need to do everything at once, you just need to take the first step. And then the next, and the next. The path becomes clearer, and you build momentum as you go. The real power of small steps is in their compounding effect. Just like saving money in a bank account, where each deposit earns interest over time, your small actions compound and begin to create exponential growth. Each day you make a small decision to move forward, you're not just moving one step closer to your goal, you're setting the stage for bigger, more impactful actions in the future. So don't get discouraged by the size of the goal. Don't worry about how far you have to go. Start with the small steps you can take today and keep moving forward. With every small effort, you'll look back one day and realize how far you've come. Step by step, day by day, you'll build a future that you can be proud of. And it all starts with taking that first small step. Make decisions today, not tomorrow. Every time you put off making a decision, you're putting off your future. It's easy to fall into the trap of procrastination, to tell yourself, I'll decide tomorrow or I'll wait until I have more information. But the truth is, tomorrow never comes, and the longer you wait to make decisions, the longer you delay your progress. Procrastination is the enemy of success. It's the silent thief of time that keeps you stuck in the same place. Every time you hesitate to make a decision, you're wasting valuable time that could have been spent moving forward. It's not about waiting for the perfect conditions or the perfect answer. It's about committing to a course of action and moving forward with confidence, even if you don't have all the answers. You see, successful people don't wait for the perfect moment to make a decision. They make decisions with the information they have, and they adjust as they go. You don't need to know everything right now. In fact, you'll never know everything. The key is to make the best decision you can with the knowledge you have, then take action. The momentum you gain from acting today will give you more clarity for tomorrow. Think about it. Every successful person you admire has had to make decisions, sometimes with little information, sometimes with uncertainty. But they made those decisions because they understood that doing nothing was far worse than making a mistake. The act of making a decision moves you forward, even if the decision doesn't turn out to be perfect. It's in the making of decisions that you grow, learn, and ultimately succeed. The habit of making decisions today, not tomorrow, is what separates those who live in a state of constant indecision from those who move their lives forward with purpose. When you make decisions, you take control. You stop being a passive observer of your life and start being the creator. You decide where you're going, how you're going to get there, and what actions you need to take to make it happen. The key is to trust yourself. Trust that even if you make the wrong decision, you can learn from it. And don't let fear hold you back. Fear of making the wrong decision can paralyze you, but it's better to make a decision and adjust later than to stand still and do nothing. The more decisions you make, the more confident you become in your ability to make decisions. This confidence builds momentum and helps you move closer to your goals. If you want to change your life, it starts with making decisions today. Don't wait for the right time because it doesn't exist. The right time is now. The moment you make a decision, you commit to a course of action that will shape your future. You begin to take control of your destiny instead of letting life pass you by. So take that first step. Make the decision today. Your future depends on the choices you make right now. The future is built on today's efforts. We often get caught up in dreaming about what we want tomorrow to look like. But the truth is, tomorrow is shaped by what you do today. Every choice, every action, every effort you put in today is like laying the foundation for the life you want to build. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something that happens day by day, decision by decision, effort by effort. Many people spend their time thinking about their future without realizing that the future isn't something that just magically happens. It's the product of the work you do today. Every time you take a step toward your goals, every time you put in the effort, even when you don't feel like it, you are setting yourself up for success in the future. But if you neglect today's efforts, if you think you can push everything to tomorrow, you're delaying the life you want. The future doesn't just show up, it's earned through the actions you take in the present. It's easy to look at successful people and think their achievements came quickly, that they were lucky or had something special. But what you don't see is the countless hours, the countless decisions, the countless efforts that they made day in and day out. Success isn't an accident, it's the result of a series of intentional, consistent actions that were taken over time. It's not about what you do occasionally, it's about what you do consistently. Your future will reflect your daily habits, your daily mindset, your daily commitment. You might not see the fruits of your labor right away. Sometimes the work you do today might feel insignificant, and it may not seem like you're getting anywhere. But you must trust the process. Even the smallest action, when repeated day after day, adds up. It compounds, it grows, and before you know it, those small, consistent efforts will lead you to a place you couldn't have imagined when you started. It's the same with personal development. You don't wake up one day and suddenly become successful, wealthy, or accomplished. You build yourself through the choices you make today by choosing to invest in your growth, by learning new skills, by building habits that serve you, by working on your mindset. These small, everyday actions are what lay the groundwork for the success that will follow. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they can coast today and make up for it tomorrow. But the reality is, what you do today builds on tomorrow, and tomorrow will be the sum of today's efforts. If you put off what you can do now, you're robbing your future of the opportunity to flourish. Your future is in your hands, and it's being shaped right now in this moment by the choices you make. So ask yourself, what are you doing today to create the future you want? What actions are you taking that will lead you closer to your goals? Every effort you make today is a step toward the life you're building. The future doesn't just happen, it's created, and it's created by what you do today. Every small decision, every bit of discipline, every moment of focus is an investment in your future self. The future is not far off, it starts now. So don't wait. Start today and build the future you deserve. Avoid the trap of waiting. It's easy to fall into the mindset of thinking that the right time will come, that the perfect opportunity will just show up, or that circumstances will suddenly align and everything will fall into place. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time to start. Life doesn't wait for you to feel ready, and success doesn't come to those who sit around waiting for things to happen. If you keep waiting for the right moment, you'll be waiting forever, and before you know it, time will have passed you by. The trap of waiting is a dangerous one because it makes you believe that all you need is a little more time, a little more experience, or a little more knowledge before you can take action. But the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to get started. Waiting for the perfect conditions is a form of procrastination, and procrastination is one of the biggest obstacles to success. It keeps you stuck in the same place, wishing for change instead of taking the necessary steps to make it happen. If you want to make progress, you have to stop waiting for everything to be just right. The reality is, the perfect conditions will never exist. There will always be challenges, uncertainties, and obstacles to face. But success is not about waiting for things to be easy, it's about doing what you can with what you have right now. The sooner you stop waiting for the right time, the sooner you start moving forward. You might be afraid of making mistakes, and that's understandable. No one likes to fail, but let me tell you something, failure is part of the process. You're going to make mistakes along the way. You're going to stumble, you're going to learn hard lessons, but that's how you grow. You learn by doing, not by waiting. If you never take the first step, if you never make the decision to start, you'll never know what you're capable of. The key is to act now, even if you don't have all the answers. Start with what you know and where you are, and trust that as you move forward, the answers will come. Each step you take today creates the foundation for tomorrow's success. The more you wait, the more you hold yourself back from achieving your potential. You've got to take that first step, even if it's uncertain. That's how you build momentum. Think about all the opportunities that have passed you by because you were waiting for the right time. How many dreams have you put on hold because you were waiting for the perfect conditions? How many goals have you delayed because you thought you weren't ready yet? Stop letting fear or uncertainty control your actions. The time to start is now. If you keep waiting, you're simply wasting valuable time. And time is one of the few things in life that you can never get back. So avoid the trap of waiting. The perfect moment won't come, and waiting only keeps you from making progress. Take action today, even if it's small. Move forward, learn from your mistakes, and keep pushing yourself. The path to success is paved with decisions, actions, and steps taken every single day. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Take control of your future by taking action now. The time to start is always today. Discipline creates destiny. It's easy to look at successful people and think they've just been lucky, or that they have something special that you don't. But the truth is, success isn't a result of luck, it's the result of daily discipline. The life you live today is a reflection of the decisions you've made in the past, and the life you'll live tomorrow will be shaped by the decisions you make today. Discipline is the key that unlocks the door to your future. What most people fail to realize is that it's the small, consistent actions that make the biggest difference. It's not about making grand gestures or taking massive leaps. Success is about doing the little things consistently, day in and day out. It's about showing up, doing the work, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's tough, even when the rewards don't come right away. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, not because it's easy, but because you know it's going to lead you to where you want to go. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's what keeps you moving forward when things get hard, when obstacles arise, and when the path seems unclear. When you're disciplined, you build habits that push you closer to your goals every day. Without discipline, you're left drifting, reacting to life instead of taking control of it. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent. And it's through that consistency that discipline starts to shape your destiny. Think about the successful people you admire. You'll notice one common thread: they didn't get there by waiting for things to be easy or by relying on inspiration alone. They got there through relentless discipline. They woke up early, they worked when others were resting, they made the hard decisions, and they stuck with their routines even when it didn't seem like it was making a difference at first. But over time, those disciplined actions compounded and the results became undeniable. It's easy to get excited about a new goal, to start strong, to be motivated in the beginning. But the real test of success comes when the initial excitement fades, when the newness wears off, and the discipline is the only thing that keeps you moving. Without discipline, you won't finish what you started. You won't push through the tough times. You'll quit when the going gets hard, and your future will be shaped by those missed opportunities and unfinished goals. But with discipline, you gain the strength to stay the course, no matter what challenges you face. Discipline is not just about hard work, it's about smart work too. It's about making the right choices every day that bring you closer to your goals. It's about saying no to distractions, saying no to instant gratification, and saying yes to the things that will move you forward. Discipline is about creating the habits that align with the life you want to live. It's about taking the small actions today that will lead to big rewards tomorrow. In the end, your destiny isn't something that happens by chance, it's something that's created by the choices you make and the actions you take. And discipline is the force that powers those choices and actions. It's what turns dreams into reality, what turns ambition into achievement. Your future is not up to fate, it's up to you. And it's shaped by the discipline you bring to your life every single day. So if you want to change your destiny, start with discipline. It's the one thing that will get you from where you are to where you want to be. You have the power to change everything. The truth is, many people walk through life feeling like they are at the mercy of their circumstances, as if their situation is something they have to accept. But that's simply not true. You have the power to create the life you want. The decisions you make today, the actions you take now, have the potential to transform your future. It doesn't matter where you've come from, what your past looks like, or what challenges you're facing right now. What matters is what you choose to do from this point forward. Too many people believe they are stuck. They think that their current circumstances define their future, and they resign themselves to a life of mediocrity because they feel powerless to change. But the reality is, the power to change your life lies within you. It's in the way you think, the way you act, and the way you make decisions every single day. Your future isn't determined by luck or chance. It's determined by the choices you make and the actions you take. You are in control. One of the most powerful tools you have is your mindset. What you believe about yourself and your potential will shape your reality. If you believe you're capable of achieving great things, you will take the necessary steps to make that happen. But if you believe you're limited, if you believe success is out of your reach, then you'll stay stuck exactly where you are. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your life. You have the power to choose your mindset, to change the way you think, and in doing so, change the way you live. Another powerful tool you have is your ability to take action. It's not enough to simply wish for things to change. You have to take the steps necessary to make change happen. It may not always be easy, and it may not always be comfortable, but every action you take moves you closer to your goals. Even the smallest action can set the wheels of change in motion. And remember, taking consistent action is what leads to transformation over time. Every step you take, no matter how small, is one step closer to the life you envision. Too many people sit around waiting for the perfect time, the right opportunity, or the perfect conditions. But here's the truth, the perfect time never comes. You have to create your own opportunities by taking action now. Start where you are with what you have. You don't need all the answers, and you don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Once you start, momentum builds, and the doors to opportunity will open up. The key is to keep moving forward, even when it's tough, even when you don't know exactly how things will turn out. You also have the power to change your habits. Your daily habits determine your future. What you do every day, the choices you make, the routines you create, all play a crucial role in shaping your life. If you want a different life, you must create different habits. This could mean changing the way you spend your time, what you focus on, or how you treat yourself and others. Small, positive changes in your daily routine, repeated consistently, will lead to big results over time. Change doesn't happen all at once. It happens in the small, everyday decisions that you make. You have the power to create the life you want, but it all starts with making the decision to take control. Stop waiting for something or someone else to change your life. Stop waiting for the right conditions, the right opportunities, or the perfect moment. You are in control, and everything you needed to create the life you want is already within you. Take the first step, make the decision, and from there, everything will begin to shift. Your future is not written in stone. It's created by the choices you make today. You have the power to change everything. You have the power to decide who you are, what you do, and what you will become. So take that power, use it wisely, and start shaping the future you desire. The life you want is waiting for you to take the first step, and the power to create it is already in your hands.